Hey y'all, it's Hans. Welcome back. Not only do we have a scope review for you today, we have a company that you're probably familiar with that is breaking into the thermal market for the very first time. Got a chance to see this optic very on in its infancy, from drawings to early pre-production demos to the actual demo to now the production unit. And I'm going to tell you, very excited to be a part of this and thankful that myself and Jason Robertson, the owner of Outdoor Legacy, had a chance to demo this optic for a very long time. So the scope that I'm talking about, this is the brand new Sightmark Wraith Mini Thermal 2X to 16X. So it's a long title, long name, but just think of it as the Wraith Thermal. Now, you're familiar with Sightmark. Very good night vision company, very popular, been around for a very long time. We've done reviews of all of their night vision scopes right here on this channel, and now they have produced their very first thermal. So this is something that was designed in Texas. It's actually manufactured in Thailand, is where it's manufactured. It was designed here in Texas by a Texas company like Sightmark, and very proud of these people and their hard work that they put into this brand new scope. So what we're going to do, we are going to run down the specs. We're going to do a walk around, likes and dislikes, obviously who it might be good for. You're going to see a ton of video through this optic. Like I said, we have had this thing for a long time, and we've had a chance to demo it out in the field and get some really good video for you to see and get some a good expectation of what you can get if you do purchase this optic, or if you're interested in it, and really managing your expectations of what you are perceiving that you want and what you're actually going to get once you open the box. So I want to tell you, if you don't already know, you need to know. The Late Night Vision Show podcast is a show that Jason Robertson and I do every week over on the Late Night Vision Show podcast. You can find all of our past episodes, thelatenightvision.show.com. If you want to purchase an optic, a night vision or thermal optic, maybe this one right here that we're talking about today, give us a call, 877-350-1818. You can talk to me. There are a lot of people that call up and say, man, Hans, I just watched your videos and I can't believe that you're actually calling me back, or you're actually, taking the phone call. Y'all, if you call for me and you ask for Hans, you're going to get me. It may not be right away, but it will be by the end of the day. I'll call you back and we can talk about scopes. We can talk about hunting, but we can talk about scopes if you're interested in purchasing one. OutdoorLegacyGear.com is the website. Let's get to the review. Let's get to the specs. First thing you need to know, this is a sub $2,000 thermal scope. So man, and it's feature packed. We're going to go over all those, but we're breaking in and you're going to be able to now, and it's been this way for a little while, but you're getting really good thermal quality optics for in that $2,000 price range. So the exact price, $1,999.97. It's a 384 by 288 thermal resolution. It's got an OLED display, 1024 by 768. It does have a 50 hertz refresh rate, a 40 millikelvin NETD thermal sensor, 17 micron, starts at 2 power, goes to 16 power, a 1400 yard detection range. So the way the manufacturer measures detection, it is a human sized target at a certain distance. So right now they say that at 1400 yards, you can see a 6 foot tall target, and it'll produce enough heat to show up in the thermal. I would say the ID range, though, conservatively on a coyote, a small animal, is going to be about 200 to 250 yards. Very standard for this resolution and this magnification class. So 200, 250 yards on a small animal. A bigger animal, it'll probably be further. If you're very experienced at hunting at night, your ID range is going to be further than that, though. But conservatively, 200 to 250 yards. The field of view is 68 feet. It's got a very wide field of view. 68 feet at 100 yards. Video and audio recording to an SD card. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Runs on 2 CR123 batteries. On the spec sheet, if you look online, it says it's 3.5 hours on 2 CR123 batteries. We were in our bench test, we were actually getting close to 5 hours of runtime. We had another guy that was running a test. He got lower than 3.5 hours. So it's really going to depend on the quality of the batteries that you get and what you're doing with it. If you're cold weather, warm weather, whatever. But I mean, it could be anywhere from 2 to 5 hours, which I know that's a wide spread. But on our bench test, we were getting close to 5. The operating temperatures, -4 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 color palettes, 10 reticles with 9 different reticle color options. It has 5 different weapon profiles that you can set up different zeros on this optic. It weighs 21 ounces fully loaded, and that's with the batteries and the mount, and it has a 3-year warranty. So give you a chance to look at it. We'll do a walk around of this very small, I mean, it's about 6.5 to 7 inches long. It does come with a rubber eye cup. I kind of liked it without it, but both lenses, the eyepiece diopter and the objective lens, both have a hard plastic cover, which is great. I mean, it keeps the dust out when you're not using it. Really, really like that on the objective lens, on the eyepiece diopter focus, having that on there. It's a great feature that I really like. It does have a focus adjustment assist right here on top. So it's just this little piece on top that allows you to focus the optic really with one hand. If you got one hand on the rifle, it allows you to really focus this thing very easily with just one finger. It does have 2 focuses right here with the focus adjust on the objective lens, and it's got an eyepiece diopter focus. So it's got dual focuses. You've got your battery housing. That's where your 2 CR123 batteries go. Your buttons on top, very easy layout. You got your center button which is raised. That's your power and menu button. Then you've got arrow buttons to get you through the optic. But the mount that it's on, this is the factory mount. This is not a QD mount. American Defense Manufacturing makes a QD mount for under $100. That if you're going to want to take it on and off rifles, you're going to want to get a QD mount. But for just the sake of what this thing comes with in the box, it does come with just a thumb screw mount. Fine. The mount works fine, but it's going to be something you're going to want to leave on the rifle and not take off. You're not going to want to take it on and off. But as you can see how small this thing is, to be able to scan with it, it'd help if I had it turned the right way. If you want to scan with it, take it off the rifle, shoot, put it back on the rifle. Very small, compact. You can put it in your pocket. You can put it in a backpack if you're a deer hunter going in the stands. You want something that, hey, I'm mostly going to use it as binocular, but I want the option to use it as a scope if I need to. This is something small enough that you can pretty much conceal it and put it anywhere. And there's a lot of people that use thermal that aren't just out hunting hogs and coyotes like us. Thermal's got a lot of different uses, whether it's cattle management, hiking, search and rescue. There's just so many uses for thermal that we think of a new use every day, just about. So that's a walk around. On the side here, I don't want to fail to mention, it does have a plug for a USB port. That's if you want to run an external battery pack. You can use an external battery pack on this, and the SD card. So that SD card goes in there. That's where the video and audio is saved to. So getting this to a computer, very easy. You just take it out, put it in the computer, download the videos off. Very easy. But what I want to say, and I guess this will kind of run into the likes and dislikes. So let's talk about the dislikes first. Really, there's not many. The first one is going to be the mount that it comes with. It's not a QD mount, not a big deal, but it would be nice if it did include a quick release mount or a locking quick release mount. Again, this is just a very basic thumb tightened mount on here, and works just fine, but we sure do like the QD mounts. The other thing is, I think the video quality that you see on your computer, on your phone right now, is not as good as what you see through the optic. And that's the case for a lot of thermals. So, most thermals, what you see through the scope is going to be a lot better than what you see online or see on the internet. It's just because it's getting degraded through when it's processed, the video is processed and rendered. So that I noticed that because I'd be out and be like, man, this is great video footage we're getting here. And then we'll get it on a computer and I'm like, man, still looks okay, but it's not as great as what we're seeing through the scope. And kind of makes it difficult for us a little bit because we're trying to show you and give you a manageable expectation. And, you're not seeing the best of what it can actually do and perform. But picture quality that you see on the videos online aren't as good as what you see through the scope. I will say that. Now, the likes, there's a bunch of them. The first one is going to be the size. I mean, you can see how small. We talked about the uses of why a thermal scope this size is good. I mean, there are so many different uses for it, but small, lightweight, compact. This is going to be one of the easiest scopes on the market to use. There's a lot of people that call and say, I don't need all the bells and whistles. I don't care about it. I don't want to be able to, I don't need Wi-Fi. I don't need all of these other functions. This does have a lot of features. It does have video and audio recording, but if you don't put an SD card in the side of it, it's not going to record video and audio. So you don't have to do that function. This scope is going to be one of the easiest scopes. Well, it is right now, one of the easiest scopes on the market, thermal scopes to use. It's got a very basic menu setup, very easy to understand, easy to sight in. It does not get, the setup process does not get any easier than what you will get right here on this Wraith Mini Thermal. It's just like the same menu from the night vision, which we all loved because it was so easy. They put the same menu right here in the thermal. So kudos to that. That's a great thing. People want a basic scope. They want to turn it on and go shoot. If that's what you want. You don't care about all the technology and all the fancy menu options and all that. If you want something plain and simple that performs well, this is going to be it. This is a very simple and easy scope to use. It's got a basic battery setup on it. Very, two CR123 batteries. A lot of other brands, a lot of other scopes are using that setup. A lot of people like to use a scope that has batteries that they can find and purchase themselves and not proprietary batteries. So if you're one of those persons or people, that's definitely a plus here. And you can, again, use an external battery pack. I told you about the 2 hard plastic lens covers. I think that's a huge advantage. I think that it's got a generous magnification focus range. So I noticed when I was looking at things at close range and out to 100, 150 yards, I wasn't having to mess with the focus as much. You may experience something different, but that's just what I found. Good picture image for the money, sub $2,000 thermal scope with 50 hertz refresh rate, 17 micron, 384 resolution. I mean, you're getting a lot of features that some of the scopes at $500 to $1,000 are getting, and you're getting that quite a bit less money, under $2,000. So like I said, 3-year warranty, bumper to bumper warranty. Sightmark is a good Texas company, been around for a very, very long time, and they produce a good product. A lot of people love their night vision scopes. I'm one of them. I use their night vision scopes quite a bit, not just for producing content for here, but deer hunting and all different types of hunting. Really love their scopes, and they've really done a good job with this. Now, who it's good for? It's a 2 to 16 power scope. Typically, for a 2 power scope, I would say that is somebody that is doing their average shooting under 150 yards. Now, that does not mean you can't take a 200-yard shot or a 250-yard shot. It's going to be difficult, like with any other scope. But this is, I would feel more comfortable suggesting this to somebody who's doing closer range shooting, smaller varmints, hog, coyote hunting, really under 100 yards is going to be optimal. 150 yards is going to be, it's just going to be not as great. You'd want to step up to something with higher magnification. So if you are primarily, your average shot is under 150 yards or even under 100 yards, a 2 power scope like this is going to be good for you. So that means your hog hunter, your coyote hunter, your varmint, coon hunters, anybody under that 150, 100-yard range. If you are a camper, a hiker, first responder, search and rescue, you have cattle, you have a farm, you're trying to manage animals. There's a lot of different uses for something like this. It's got a very generous, wide field of view. So if you're in brush, a lot of people around here are hunting in a lot of cover, and a lot of trees, a lot of brush. A low magnification is definitely an advantage, but it is low magnification and wide field of view. But it's got enough magnification, again, to take a good shot on an animal 150, 200 yards away. So I think for their very first thermal, again, they've been in night vision, they've been in this industry for a long time, but for their very first thermal, they've done a great job. Sightmark, so kudos to Sightmark. They've really taken their time with it, because we looked at this a year ago, and it's been hush-hush ever since. And they've made some changes. We've done some testing on it. And the final product, I'm very proud of what they came out with. I know that they are very proud of it. And again, a good Texas company. So if you are looking to purchase an optic, maybe this is the right one for you. Maybe it's not. You may need something with more magnification. You may need something with, that mounts on a different type of rifle. We don't know, but you're going to give us a call. 877-350-1818. OutdoorLegacyGear.com. You see the t-shirts and you always call up and say, hey, how do I get a t-shirt? Well, anybody that buys a scope from us gets a t-shirt. So we will definitely hook you up with one of those. But I'd love to talk to you, and I'd love to help you decide on a scope. It's what we do all day, every day. It's our full-time job. Please check out the Late Night Vision Show podcast. It really means a lot to all of us when you call in and say, man, I watch you on the show. I love the podcast and watch and don't miss every week. First of all, I'll call you a liar. And then I thank you for watching. But anyway, we've got more reviews coming up. All these optics from SHOT Show that were announced are starting to be delivered. I've got a pile of them back here. I've got a pile of them down here. I'm going out every night trying to get as much video as I can. And I do it just to bring y'all this information because I know you can't, and I wish you could, but you talk about it all the time. I wish I could go to a store and look at all these optics in a line and make a decision. Unfortunately, that's not the reality of the market right now. But what you can do is lean on people and talk to people that have experience with this out in the field that you can actually talk to on the phone. Not just say, hey, send me a DM on a social media page or something. You can call and talk to any one of us, whoever we want to talk. You may not even want to talk to me. I understand. But thank you all for joining us. I am Hans. This is the HansETX YouTube channel, hog hunting, coyote hunting, you name it. Anything outside at night, night vision or thermal, you've come to the right place. Y'all stay safe in the fields and keep making them bacon pancakes.